The two-gap model proposed by economist Hollis B. Chanry proposes that developing countries must introduce foreign investments and stimulate exports to boost growth for their national economy. CPEC has solved the problem of limited investment capacity caused by insufficient savings and shortage of foreign exchange in Pakistan and provided a high quality source of impetus for Pakistan's economic development. As of June 2021, CPEC included 23 completed projects. It drove Pakistan's economic growth by 1 to 2 percentage points every year and created 70,000 jobs in Pakistan. The Chinese government provided $5.874 billion in concessional loans to Pakistan, with a consolidated interest rate of only 2%, far lower than the average interest rate. The Chinese government also provided 143 million US dollars in interest-free loans for the Gwadar East Bay Expressway projects and free assistance for some livelihood projects in Pakistan. The World Bank has noted that CPEC has the potential to stimulate the gross domestic product of Pakistan in coming years, taking into account the only infrastructure-led investment under the WB, that is World Bank reported that Pakistan's GDP will increase by up to 6.43% till 2030. In addition to that, BRI-linked transport infrastructure projects will accelerate the GDP of BRI partners in non-participatory countries. The projects could increase GDP for BRI economies by up to 3.35% and for non-BRI countries by up to 2.61% and for the world as a whole by up to 2.87%. Pakistan macroeconomic conditions have been improved and its economy has maintained a momentum of rapid growth. Over the past 5 years, Pakistan's GDP grew by an average of 4.77%, especially in the 2017 and 2018 fiscal year, when Pakistan's GDP grew by 5.8%, being the highest growth rate in the recent 13 years. Pakistan's annual foreign direct investment grew from $650 million to $2.2 billion, and the per capita annual income rose from 1,334 to 1,641 US dollars. It is a problem that previous Pakistani governments attached great importance to a desperate to solve. The electricity gap caused Pakistan an annual average loss of $13.5 billion in GDP, according to a study by PwC in 2012. Power shortage left Pakistan in the dark for a long time, with rolling blackouts across the country lasting about 10 hours a day in major cities and up to 22 hours in rural areas. CPEC has regarded the alleviations of energy shortage in Pakistan as one of the important areas of construction since its launch. Currently, 12 projects with a total installed capacity of 7,240 megawatts have been commenced or put into operation. Through 5 years of construction, energy projects under the CPEC framework added 3,340 megawatts of electricity to Pakistan by early April 2019, accounting for 11% of the country's total installed electricity capacity, thus greatly alleviating the power shortage in Pakistan. The China-Pakistan cross-border economic belt linked by the China-Pakistan Karakoram Highway has taken shape under CPEC. Through international logistics nodes such as Gwadar Port, Karachi and Peshawar, Pakistan serves to transport products from western China to countries in the Middle East and the Indian Ocean via transit transport. Therefore, infrastructure connectivity is also one of the important areas in the early harvest projects of CPEC. The Karakoram Highway Phase 2 is 111.124 kilometer long, including 39.305 kilometer of expressway and 78.819 kilometer of secondary highway. The project officially started on September 1, 2016. Currently, more than half of the projects has been completed. The section from Sakkar, Sindh in the south to Multan, Punjab in the north of the Karachi-Peshawar Expressway is 392 kilometers long, with a total investment of $2.89 billion. The construction was undertaken by China State Construction Engineering Corporation. The project officially started in August 2016. The 33-kilometer section from Multan to Shujaabad was opened to traffic 15 months ahead of schedule on May 26, 2018. The Karachi-Peshawar Expressway is designed with 6 lanes in 2 directions and a speed of 120 km per hour. It will greatly improve the traffic in the two cities upon completion. The Lahore Orange Line Rail Transit project will start in November 2020. The line is 25.58 kilometers long and is organized into 5 carriages, each carrying 200 passengers. The train starts from Ali Town and terminates at Dera Gujran. The total distance can be covered in 45 minutes with stops on 14 stations, compared with 2.5 hours of road travel between the two places. According to the design plan, the Orange Line will have a capacity of 250,000 passengers per day at the beginning of operation, which will be further increased to 550,000 passengers per day by 2025. Over the past 5 years, 51,000 direct jobs were created in the road infrastructure sector under cpec projects, of which 48,000 were created specifically for local Pakistanis. Further infrastructure projects are expected to spur the development of Pakistan's building related industries and attract more foreign investment. Gwadar Port has taken on a new look in the past 5 years. The port road storage yards, loading and unloading equipments, seawater desalination, oil supply, and port monitoring facilities have been further improved. 5 new container bridge cranes, storage yards, container scanning equipment, 2 swag treatment systems, new green space, and the new LPG receiving station have made the port capable of handling bulk cargo containers, roll on, roll off cargo, and LPG. The container liner service was officially launched at Gwadar Port on March 7, 2018. The Gwadar Middle East Express was opened, connecting Gwadar with other major ports in the world. These enterprises will accomplish an annual output value of RMB 5 billion and create more than 5,000 jobs after all being put into operation. The 820-kilometer China-Pakistan cross-border fiber optic project, which is laid between the city of Rawalpindi, Pakistan in the south and the Khunjra Pass, China in the north, was completed and opened on July 13, 2018. On March 20, 2019, China and Pakistan held the first strategic dialogue between foreign ministers and reached broad consensus. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi noted that the Pakistani people are committed to promoting the cpec construction, expanding bilateral cooperation in various fields. State Councillor Wang Yi said that the cpec project is expected to be expanded to a larger scope, including the western region in Pakistan, according to the vision plan of cpec construction agreed by both sides. Imran Khan noted that cpec offers a golden opportunity for Pakistan to revitalize its economy and achieve development. The fundamental reason is that cpec can significantly enhance the overall competitiveness of Pakistan. In terms of China-Pakistan industrial cooperation, China should on the one hand focus on China-Pakistan Industrial Park to enhance their industrial capacity and economic strength. Cooperation in agriculture will be dependent. 70% of Pakistan's population lives in rural areas dependent on land. China's advanced agricultural technology and farming equipment will improve the agricultural production efficiency of Pakistan and increase the add value of agricultural products so as to lift the farmers out of poverty. Given the dilemma of high inflation, currency devaluation, and insufficient foreign exchange reserves in Pakistan in recent years, the development of agriculture will also help Pakistan to increase foreign exchange income and realize international balance of payment. The second Textile Expo was held in Lahore, Pakistan from April 11 to 14, 2019. Pakistan's textile industry accounts for 60% of the country's total exports, and Pakistan is one of the few countries in the world with a complete textile industry chain. The expo means a good opportunity for the development of Pakistani textile enterprises. Additionally, the second Gwadar Expo was successfully held on March 28 and 29, 2019. It attracted more than 20 exhibitors from China and Pakistan, and cooperation agreements were signed in shipping, logistic, agricultural, animal husbandry, Muslim food processing, and so on. The new Pakistani government attaches great importance to the development of people's livelihood and aims to shape Pakistan into a welfare state. CPEC, consistent with the local situation, has particularly given priority to benefiting the people. Energy projects have been completed to meet the need of approximately 8.6 million households. The primary schools in China Pakistan medical centers near Gawadar have improved the education and medical conditions of the local people. In the future, the two countries are expected to sign a series of agreements covering areas related to people's living standards, including education, health, agriculture, water for irrigation, poverty alleviation, and human resource development. Following are the challenges for Pakistan. Pakistan faces several challenges in the implementation of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project. These challenges can be identified as external and internal. The Director General of Policy Research Office at the International Department of the Central Committee Communist Party of China, Dr. Lon Zhongzhong, is of the view that political unrest, security situation, and administrative issues are some of the greatest challenges in the way of successful completion of the corridor. Construction of the corridor has been defined by many as a strategic movement such that Pakistan has assumed the position of economic pivot for the whole region. This paradigm shift in circumstances in a cause of great worry for the enemies of Pakistan, both within and outside India. Israel and US are unhappy. For India, CPEC is a thorn in its paw. They have put their heads together to work out new strategies to block the project forward march. Raw was opened a special office in Delhi and has been allotted $300 million to disrupt CPEC. Already, one can notice sudden upsurge in the acts of terror in the three restive regions, and activation of certain NGOs and think tanks are trying to air misgivings and create fear psychosis.